You know, in the heat of battle, when the pressure is just absolutely maxed out, a leader makes a choice. And sometimes that choice looks like a complete breakdown, right? An emotional collapse. But what if it's something else entirely? What if losing control is actually the ultimate power move? It just sounds wrong, doesn't it? A general leaving the battlefield. But that's the big question we're digging into today. Can getting yourself deliberately ejected, making a strategic sacrifice, be the one thing that actually turns the tide of the entire game? So, to really get the explosion, you have to feel the friction first. This whole story, it doesn't start with a shout. It starts with the intense, grinding pressure of the game itself. This is the spark. This is what's gonna light the fuse. Okay, so picture this. You are deep in enemy territory. Every single person in that arena, except for your little group, is actively rooting against you. I mean, the air is just thick with hostility. This isn't just another game, it's a total test of will. And what's happening on the court, it totally matches the intensity coming from the crowd. The commentators, they called it a very physical ball game. Now, that's code for guys are hitting the floor, elbows are flying, and every single possession is a flat-out battle. It is tense, it's aggressive, and the refs are kind of letting them play. And in a pressure cooker like this, it always comes down to one moment. That one play where all that tension finally just snaps. And it starts with the ball going into the post. And there it is. The coach, Chris Beard, he sees his player get swarmed. He watches the ball get ripped away. Now, from his angle, his player got raked down on twice. He's looking, he's waiting for that whistle, and nothing. Silence. The other team gets the ball. And for that coach, a line has just been crossed. And his reaction is immediate. This isn't some slow burn. No, this is a sudden, almost violent eruption. That injustice, whether it's real or just perceived, it demands a response right now. It all happens in a flash. He storms the court, just letting the official have it. Boom. That gets him the first technical foul. But he doesn't stop. He actually doubles down. And just like that, there's the second tee. He's gone, ejected from the game. It is pure, unadulterated chaos. But in that moment of chaos, you gotta listen closely to what the seasoned commentators are saying. They see right through the anger. One of them just observes, almost like it's no big deal. He wants to be tossed. And that one little sentence, it changes everything. Suddenly, our whole perspective has to shift. We've got to look beyond the outburst and start searching for the real intention here. Was this really a coach losing his cool? Or was it a perfectly executed, perfectly timed gambit? And the broadcast team watching this whole thing play out, they come to this just stunning conclusion. He knew exactly what he was doing. This wasn't a meltdown. No way. This was theater. It was pure strategy. I mean, this creates such a fascinating contrast. On the surface, what do we see? An uncontrolled emotional outburst, right? A moment of weakness. But if you dig a little deeper, could it be a calculated display of emotion? A very public show of strength, proving he's gonna fight for his guys no matter what it costs him. Maybe it's a tool designed to fire them up. So why? Why would a coach do this? Well, it's about viscerally, visibly fighting for his team, showing them I've got your back. It's about giving his players this jolt of adrenaline. He's sending a crystal clear message on the road, we will not be pushed around. And maybe most importantly, it's a Hail Mary to shift the game's momentum, to create a moment so disruptive, it just resets the whole contest. But the performance, it isn't over yet. Just getting ejected isn't enough. No, the gambit needs one final, powerful act to really seal the deal and get the message across. So he's supposed to be walking to the locker room. I mean, his night is done. But then, in this move that just catches everyone completely by surprise, he turns around and he runs back towards the court. And for a second, you're thinking, oh no, he's going back to argue some more? But he runs right past the officials, doesn't even look at them. He makes a beeline straight for his team, huddled up on the sideline. His focus isn't on the argument anymore. His focus is entirely on his players. And that right there, that proves it was never just about the call. Just like the announcer said, he got his last word into his guys, and then he'll go to the locker room. He uses that final, precious moment not for anger, but for instruction, for motivation, for one last rallying cry before he has to leave them to finish the fight on their own. And that's really what it all boils down to. Every shout, every step onto the court, the ejection itself, and that final run back to the huddle, it was all wrapped up in this one simple idea. He was fighting for his team. It was a public, a costly, and a totally unforgettable demonstration of loyalty. So we're left with this. It's one thing to have passion, but it's another thing entirely to wield it, to use it. This whole sequence, it forces us to ask a much bigger question, one that goes way beyond sports. In any kind of leadership, when does a display of raw emotion stop being a liability and start becoming your most effective tool?